glad he trimmed his rose bush.
The Safirs are not your garden variety retirees.
And he did a good job on this one, too.
Carol often feels the need for speed. And most of America knows Howard for his work in Hollywood.
Don't worry, he's a nice guy. Commissioner, this is Detective Bobby Simone. Good to meet you, Bobby. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Ordinarily, we would have
But
done
today, Howard and Carol Safir do more than water the plants.
This house was built in 1773. We have the original lock and the original key. But being a cop, I put a chain on it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
They spend months away from their historic Annapolis home, raising money, supporting police, firefighters, and thousands of children through the DEA Educational Foundation.
The whole foundation board, we had a little field trip to an inner city school in Los Angeles where we saw the children perform. One of the little girls came up to me. She said, "I like dancing, but when I grow up, I want to be you." And I was so touched. I thought to myself, we're making a difference.
Carol's work on the foundation board helped expand the DEA dance program and to fund our traveling museum, which her husband and former New York City Police Commissioner Howard says is critical, making sure teens understand drugs' collateral damage.
One of the things that DEA Educational Foundation points out in our museum, drugs and terrorism are linked. Not only is it killing our youth and people who overdose on drugs, but it's also helping terrorists kill innocent people.
Howard is at the podium, and I am behind him clapping my hands.
Carol Safir is comfortable doing good in the background. That's her standing by her then New York City Police Commissioner husband, dedicating the New York City Police Museum. Just an idea until Carol and Howard made it happen.
The vision is Carol. She raised an amazing amount of money.
She was a New Yorker who saw things and addressed them and got them done. A lot of us have dreams. Not many have the tenacity and the stick-to-itiveness to make them a reality.
Hurricane Sandy destroyed much of the exhibit. Carol and Howard are back raising money to fix it.
I've always said the only people who should be afraid of police are criminals.
Oh, I heard about you guys.
It shouldn't be young people, it shouldn't be immigrants. And the way that we get that point across is through things like educating people at the Police Museum and PAL and the foundation.
And Howard Safir is a law enforcement legend. The man who found, kidnapped, and helped convict the narco-terrorist who tortured and murdered DEA agent Kiki Camarena.
We've been called cowboys, we've been called Rambo, but the fact is we were creative. We followed the law. We made sure that we got the murderer of Kiki Camarena back to justice, and nothing gives me more satisfaction than knowing he is doing 2 life terms plus 40 years in the Supermax prison.
Howard and Carol also support various police funds and the Centurion Foundation, helping officers get protection and equipment that shrinking city budgets often can't provide.
Whether it was buying a new uniform for Mr. McGruff to go into the schools, or whether it was supplying sonar for the Harbor Patrol. Whatever it was, if they didn't have budget, we went out and tried and raised the money.
We needed 18,000 new bulletproof vests. The Police Foundation and the Centurions came through and bought those vests. If we had a contract for those vests and go through the normal New York City procurement policy, I'd still be waiting for them.
Carol and Howard don't plan to retire from fighting and preventing drug abuse.
Well, my theory is that on the board we have several former DEA agents. And I think that when these babies are born and they're in the hospital, they are injected with a serum called law enforcement juice. And it never gets out of their system.
Carol and Howie, they get everything. Anything that comes up, they know the right people to go to, they have the right contacts, and they put in their time and they give of their treasure and their talent.
And they've passed that passion on to their children.
Once somebody takes certain drugs, it's too late. Lowering the demand, preventing, and educating people so they don't get involved with it in the first place is a huge part of the problem, and DEA Education Foundation is squarely working there.
The Safirs bring heart and humor to each project, improving lives in New York, across the nation, with the DEA Educational Foundation.
And also, let's put together in that package great senses of humor, okay? Because if you don't have a sense of humor in the city of New York, move to New Jersey.
It's not likely the Safirs will have time to do that.